This video isn't really a part 2 to stores. You can consider it that, but I'm not considering it a part 2 to the stores video because I didn't really like the stores video that much. But I have a problem with stores still, and I didn't really touch on it that much in the first stores video, so I thought I would give it its own time to shine in its own video. The checkout. Now listen, the checkout is the bow that ties the whole store together. I think we can all agree on that. Without it, you wouldn't be able to buy a darn thing, yeah? And we also know that it has a lot of problems. First off, the lines. For some unknown reason, the people are way more attracted to the self-checkout. Why? Is it because it's more convenient? Shut up on that. It's not convenient at all. The self-checkouts are awful when it comes to a long line of people, because for one, you'd be lucky to find a self-checkout that doesn't have a line that goes to China and back. Two, the people there take 5 billion zillion million years to make a simple transaction and actually scan the items. And three, there's a tiny, itty bitty chance that the person will actually have the acquired amount of cash. And when they don't, you feel like jumping off of a 10-story building. Like, am I the only one who's actually come prepared to this? You can't just take a quick look at your fat stack of cash and say, oh, that's definitely enough. That's probably a 20 wrapped in ones. You probably have like $1 right there. Just $1. That's not enough. But that's only part of the problem. Yes, the people there take forever to make a simple transaction. I get that. But there's a second thing, which is the computers. First off, the computers here are like 16 years out of date. And guess which one I'm talking about? Windows XP. Yes, Windows XP in 2017. Why? On what planet? And not only that, right? I'm talking about Walmart, a multi-billion-dollar company using 16 years out-of-date computers. And on top of that, on the self-checkout. That's ridiculous. That would be useful in 2005. Like, just stop. Like, good grief. Here's what I'm talking about specifically. One time we were at Walmart and we got finished shopping and stuff like that, and we eventually arrive at the checkouts. Now, by personal preference, I like to check out with an actual human scanning my items, right? It's better, the clerk actually talks to you apart from that bland robotic, please scan your items. And on top of that, the clerk shares your pain of scanning all of my items. AAA, triple plus, love it, okay? I wanted to go to the clerk checkout, right? Because I like that. But no, my sister always chooses the self-checkout. Why? It goes like this, right? We get to the self-checkout. We start scanning our items and it's going all fine. At least that's what I thought at first. We finish and my grandma hit the pay button to make the transaction, right? And it does nothing. The computer is just sitting there frozen. Now listen, I've experienced computers freezing before. It happens to my computer literally almost all of the time. So I thought this was just a simple loading problem. It was just trying to get all of its stuff straight, but it just sits there doing nothing. We tried tapping the screen, trying to tap the little number pad over there, drawing on that little screen. Nothing's happening, okay? After about 2 minutes, nothing happens, and we just start to get bored. I just want to leave, go home, get fat off of all the food we just bought, basic stuff. An employee noticed our problem over there and came over to help us. She sits there doing practically nothing for an eternity and says, sorry, I've never experienced this before. I don't think so, buddy boo. You think you're gonna get away that easily? Not trying to help the customer be satisfied? No, that's not happening. Stay here. She becomes a little bit frazzled and starts to call over other employees to help us. She calls over another employee to waste more of our time, who has also never experienced this before. How? Why must we need a rocket scientist to come over here and fix this ancient computer for us? It's like, it's 2017. You haven't upgraded your computer yet. And by the time 2025 rolls around, they're gonna upgrade to using a Windows Vista computer. Could you imagine Windows Vista being used on a self-checkout? That would be crazy, and not in the good way. Then she tells us, I'm gonna have to go reset the system. You don't freaking say! Of course you need to go reset the system. What else should you do? Should I give you a cookie for a good job well done? Great job. There's minimum wage pay. Truly, here's a little button that says happy birthday on it. Great job. So then she takes all of her precious time to go and restart the system, and the system didn't even restart. She just had to go over to the computer, shut the whole thing down, turn it back on, and then it was all good. But before she did that, I can only describe this as a miracle when this happened. A nearby clerk offered us help at an actual checkout. That is awesome. Like, yay. I get to have an actual person check out all of our stuff. That is great. So to end on a little bit of a bitter note, thank you for watching this. I hate self-checkouts. I wish they would burn. I want to throw every one of them off of the cliff. And thank you guys for watching. I hope this I hope this was funny enough for actual video content. Anyways, bye-bye.